Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Chris Blackstock. It is currently 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in Los Angeles, California, and we are here with Jess Goldsmith on day 2. Hi, Jess.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you feeling today?
Really good. Yesterday got me warmed up, so now I'm in a good place.
All right. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready for today. Just a quick shout out to chat. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Bliss, I see you're up in here. Gold Rose, Laura Staneva, Andreas Holler, Robert Winterberg, some familiar faces. As always, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys are on YouTube, please hop on over to behance.net/Adobe Live. You guys can hang out with us here. We got a live chat going. You can ask Jess any questions that your heart desires. So please come on over and join us. I just want to let you guys know, join our newest addition to the Adobe Live lineup, our Creative Cloud Express streams. It's a brand new app, Creative Cloud Express. You can check out how to navigate. It's super easy to use. And this week we're covering branding and logos for social media. Obviously, that's pretty important for everybody, so please check that out. And also be sure to check out the Photoshop Creative Challenges with Voodoo Val. That's every weekday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Tune in, challenge yourself, and Voodoo Val's awesome. So, all right. Well, Jess, if you could just kind of reintroduce yourself and show us a little bit of your work, and then do a day 1 recap, and then what we're going to do for day 2.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi again. If you're here from yesterday, I'm Jess Goldsmith. I'm a lettering artist, illustrator, and art director in Brooklyn, New York. I freelance. I've been freelancing pretty much my entire career. And yeah, I'm excited to be back here for day 2. I don't know. Here we go. My work is showing up. This is some of my personal lettering work just pieces that I really love. Love working with color. I love working with dimension. And yeah, yesterday, I'm going to switch to my iPad now. Oh. Uh-oh. It's connected. Okay, there we go.
There it is.
There we go. And I'm going to turn it. Okay, so yesterday, if you remember, I sketched this out, then started vectorizing it in Adobe Fresco. It was brought to my attention that it looks like Dunkin' Donuts, so we're gonna edit that a little bit in Illustrator. We're gonna go in there later. But since like the initial sketch and the layout of like what I want to do is pretty much done, I want to show you guys this really cool feature that I love on Fresco, and I can't believe I didn't talk about it yesterday. The motion is just very cool, the motion capabilities. And like I'm an illustrator, not a motion designer at all. Like I can create very low level GIFs. And they're not super seamless or very fluid, but okay, here's an example. So I am going to just draw a smiley face. Oh, you know what? Let's make this a little bigger. I'm gonna draw a smiley face. Oh no. And okay, it doesn't have to look great. This is just an example. And then on the bottom right over here, there's like these dots, circles with like the little arrow thing on it. You click path and you can just create whatever path you want, and it starts moving.
That's
which is
cool.
It's the coolest thing ever. And you can like change the frames to make it go slower or faster. The less frames, the faster it is. Randomize, I think that like makes it bounce around a little bit. and then
Right.
you can add multiples, and you can, and it's so fun.
That's
And
pretty
so
awesome.
like, right? So like imagine this with like, I don't know, like different smiley faces, different hearts, I don't know, everywhere, and it loops, and I don't know. I just love it. I think it's such a really, really cool feature.
A wonderful discovery.
I know. And like I think it's so great for people that aren't motion designers. Like I couldn't even create a simple loop like that by myself. So yeah. Now that I showed you guys that, I'm gonna
I'm just real excited about that. Yeah.
I'm still a little nervous.
That's fine. All right. Yeah. Let's go over, what we're doing today, day 2.
Yes. So I'm going to go back into Illustrator on my desktop. So let's go here. And I already brought it in. So the full quote is, "Here's to strong women. May we know them. May we be them. May we raise them." With Fresco, you can like directly just bring it straight into Illustrator from your iPad. It'll pop up on your screen and it just shows up as a vector, which is really cool. You have to be using the vector brush in order for that to happen.
Right.
But I think if you're using the raster brushes, you can still bring it in as a layer, but you'll have to vectorize it like manually, which isn't bad either.
Real quick, I noticed at the bottom it says the middle one is missing the we.
Oh my goodness.
Just
okay, well, I'm just
didn't want you to jump in without knowing.
Thank you. I'm gonna grab this we over here and put it in because I already outlined these.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And real quick, I completely forgot this morning to say that we are doing the artist spotlight today because this is day 2 of the stream. We're doing the artist spotlight. So please stick around to find out who that is. We do the artist spotlight every week, and we spotlight an artist and give them hype and check out their work, and so you guys can go follow them. There's a tab at the top of the chat, artist spotlight. You guys can go fill out a form, vote for yourself, vote for someone else, just who you want to see up on Adobe Live. So please go check it out and stick around for the artist spotlight at around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, thanks for pointing out that typo. I definitely would have just went straight into it. Okay, so now like things are looking pretty good, but I want to tighten everything up. I mentioned yesterday that my like favorite, I guess, drawing tool is the curvature versus using the pen tool. I just prefer it. It feels better for me. So like you look over here and this is like, look at all of these points. That is so crazy. So I'm going to simplify it, and it doesn't get rid of all of them. So then I just manually delete. I'm also sure that I'm sure that there's a way to delete a bunch of them at the same time. Yeah.
You're talking about the anchor points?
Yeah.
You can do like a box. You can like direct, like take the black arrow and you could like kind of just do a selection box over the ones that you want, or you could even do like a selection, or you could just shift click each one with the direct select tool, the white arrow, and that way you can add multiple anchors that you want to delete.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. And then just hit delete.
Well, it has so go back. So click off of it.
Yeah.
Okay, then get your direct select tool. That one, yep.
Oops.
And then you'll see it gets filled in when it's selected. Okay, so now that one's selected. So now if you want to select those ones, you just shift click it. There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay. And now I just hit delete.
Yeah, and it'll delete those anchors.
No, see,
well, it depends. Like, what do you want to keep one of them there to keep that curve?
No, because I basically am gonna like manually create.
Okay, yeah.
The curves from this, the ones.
Oh yeah, then you can add. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but it I don't know what happened there. That's okay. Yeah. It's just a day.
Well, it's interesting too because you imported this correct from Fresco, so it kind of does automatic anchor points, right? Like So that is, yeah, that's its own set of, possibly not a big deal, but also it's different when you're not placing each one. You kind of, you're almost rediscovering like, okay, where are they putting these curves and anchor points, and where do I adjust it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't bother me a whole lot. I think it's really just like adjusting to it. Simplify does help a lot. It takes away a lot of just like the extra points that are really extra that have no business being there. But yeah, just gonna like fix it all up, make that even, bring this in.
So now what tool are you using for this?
This is still the curvature tool.
The curvature tool. Okay.
Yeah. It's really my favorite. I don't know. It feels very natural to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think because it's kind of balancing it as you move it. It's not just doing one point all the time or one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a preference. And like, I've played around with the pen tool and like the Bezier curves, and it's just, I don't know. It feels very mathematical.
Yeah, it's a slightly stiffer process for creating art.
For sure.
Some people love it because it's so technical and precise, and then other people, it's just like, this is making it not fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said yesterday, like I don't ever want to talk about math. Anything that feels like math, anything that looks like math, just get away from me. So that's that. Well, the art looks pretty good, actually. I don't think I'm going to do anything to that. I did fix the O myself earlier, so I'm not going to touch it.
Bliss does have a good point. All these programs are based on math.
I know. I know.
It'll be hard to avoid using a computer, but I know what you mean. It's like you want,
but like,
to
I'm not
like
doing
natural.
Yeah,
you're not trying to compute it in your head. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bliss, don't say math.
Bruce Gonzalez says, shout out to Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Whoop whoop.
Woohoo. Born and raised.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my parents still live here.
Oh, crazy. How far away from you?
Not that far, like a 20-minute drive, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
how far is the walk, I guess, or train is really.
Yeah. So like, if I drive to them, like, I don't know, in the middle of the day, it could take me like up to 40 minutes. But if I drive to them like in the middle of the night or like early in the morning, it's a 15-minute drive. It's really crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get a little congested there.
Yeah. Similar in LA.
Yeah, just different.
Yeah.
A lot of different paths to get there, but yeah, freeways can get pretty nasty.
Yeah.
All right, so we're basically kind of just adjusting everything.
Yeah.
From the import, right? We're just kind of getting rid of any extra stuff.
It's a little bit of like a boring part, but super necessary.
Yeah, you gotta do boring stuff to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff is like changing the colors, adding the gradients. I love gradients. Love. It's like,
yeah, it's one of those things that is not necessarily unique to digital, but it's very easy to do digitally compared to like traditionally. Getting a gradient traditionally is very difficult.
Yeah.
Where on the computer you're like, oh, it's
just there. So yeah, it's perfect. Make this a little thinner. Oh, I like this curve over here. That's cool. It's so subtle. Nice. And so yesterday I was talking about like those tools that I just like didn't know existed.
Right.
Did you know about these?
Which ones?
All of these. The whip tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that they didn't exist before yesterday. Or 2 days ago. I was just like playing around. I'm like, wait, like I live on Illustrator. There's no way. And like, it just, wait, is it not working? Yeah, look, like that's so cool.
It's pretty awesome. And it's stuff like that kind of eases the tension with the mathematical process.
It's like, oh, that's fun. Yeah, I know it's all like whatever coding and other stuff that I don't really understand.
Just ones and zeros. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros.
But I don't need to understand it. I just need to make pretty things.
That's right. Well, and that's why they make these programs.
Mm-hmm.
So you can focus on the creating part and not the math part.
Yeah. There is something about like this little tail that's bothering me. I think maybe it's just like the uniform thickness all around was not doing it.
Yeah,
for me.
I kind of like it thicker at the end, and that I like it thinner on that bottom there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to bring that up. So like things like this little pink peeking out from the M kills me. So I don't know. I'll have to move that over, but I'm gonna leave it for now because the shape of the G is looking nice. Cool. All right. Let's move that over. Not bad. I think what I'm gonna do is, whoops. Let me move this over. I think I'm gonna shut this off for a second, that layer, okay, just so I can. Because I don't really know where everything's gonna quite go yet, so I want to make sure all of the letters are doing exactly what I want them to do.
Right.
And what I want this to do is like hang out with the O, like go into it a bit. I like that.
Right.
Which that's gonna take some more adjusting, but that's okay. That's why we're here.
Yes, this is a cool. It's interesting to see you do it this way. It's like it is a very like intuitive kind of. I think just with a lot of other letter artists, this is like it's like less technical and much more like intuitive. Like which is cool. It's definitely a different technique. I like it.
Yeah, there's very little technical with what I do. Like obviously I'm using like all of the apps and stuff like that, but I just have my own way of doing it that feels right. And I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like it just, this just feels good. So that's how I'm going to do it. But I love
you're probably honestly making subconscious choices that you're like, I don't know how I like it, but I know, but like your brain's like, I know why you like it.
Like, don't say math. Don't you dare say math to me. Yeah.
Wade's got a question for you.
What's that?
Saying, do you have any tips to avoid tangents or fixing tangents when stacking letter forms?
Can you explain what you mean by tangents?
So a tangent is where two shapes or lines meet. So like, let's say where the strong is, like a tangent would be if the top of that end came over and kind of hit. Right, it's like two edges meeting where compositionally it's not very attractive looking. You want to have that space.
I don't know. I mean, like you just adjust. I wish I had like a real answer. It's just kind of like moving things around. And do you mean like if this touched that?
Yeah, it's usually it's where they just like barely touch, or it's an awkward placement. So it's a lot in illustration. It happens a lot, and you try to avoid it, especially with when you're creating depth and overlapping figures, or in this case, letters. Compositionally, you don't want two shapes to kind of just touch each other, right?
Oh, I understand. Ends up
looking kind of weird, so that creates a tangent. Is what they call it. And so
that I understand.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think these are things that you do naturally that you might not know that's why you're doing it, because it is it's usually abrasive to the eye when it happens. And I think with lettering, especially what you're doing with the stacking, like it's with that M, it's like if you're having little pieces come out or things where it's sitting on top of each other awkwardly, usually those are, you kind of naturally adjust those because it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, like if this the bottom of the S was touching the T. So I mean, what I like to do is like kind of puzzle it out, I guess. I don't know what the word for it would be. So I would do something like this.
Right.
And then
almost like a cutout.
Yeah. So like, if it's almost as if they're overlapping each other, but there's that line there. There's that line break.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of like an invisible outline. That's, yeah.
Yeah. And, but like, like you said, like it's just intuitive. I really wish that I understood my process better so I can teach it. Because I've had people ask me for
this is the beginnings.
I guess you heard it here. I'll be back. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's why I love stuff like this, because it forces you to kind of start
realize
to think
what
more
I'm doing
about it, and be like, okay, how do I break this down?
Yeah, and I don't usually, talk it out as I'm designing. So this is also really cool for me to be like, oh wow, I didn't realize that this is actually what I'm doing, because I just do it without speaking about it. It just happens. But now it's like a lot more conscious, I guess. Cool. I mean, I feel good about where this is at. I wouldn't mind this coming out. Oh, also, happy Women's History Month. International Women's Day is the 8th. Women's History Month is today.
It's all month.
Yes, that is true. Well, starts today, I should say.
So we got I'll read the definition for you. So for the tangent, and it's a straight line or plane that touches a curve or curved surface at a point.
Okay.
So basically it's like you could have a circle right here, and if it's touching on that circle, it creates the tangents right where it's crossing over that circle. And so you usually with compositions, you either want to separate that or you want to overlap it, which is what you're doing. You're creating a separation, or like with that G and that M, see like at the, in the first and the second, like it could create a strange tangent down there if that shape isn't changed or elevated. Like, and that's why it's bothering you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So that's a good example.
Now I'm going to go into the women word, and I hid strong just to stop myself from getting distracted by it.
Perfect. Yeah, Wade's got a good point too, where, if this is really something that you'd want to start instructing, or, and this goes for everybody, start taking notes on your own process. Or like this is so cool, is it's getting recorded. You could play it back and just be like, oh, okay, that's what I'm, and like watch yourself work. It can be hard to do sometimes, but it is good to see how you perform, right? Any athlete or anybody, it's like they watch their basketball stroke, or how they swing the bat, or, if they're running properly. Well, the same thing can go for art. I mean, obviously you have the finished product, but it's important to pay attention to your process, because that's it really, it's gonna, God, I'm losing the words for it, but basically that's going to inform, the finished product. So
yeah, definitely. I cannot watch myself, or I can watch myself. I can't listen to myself speak. Like,
oh yeah, you can turn off.
I'll watch. I'll watch this, but I'm going to mute myself. I can't.
Play some music over that.
Yeah, like podcasts and like other like live things that I've been on. I'm like, oh, I want to see how I did, and like I made the mistake the first time. I'm like, nah, I'm sure I did fine. I'm not listening to this.
It is weird hearing your own voice outside of yourself, right?
Yeah, totally.
You're like, I don't sound like that.
But God, I'm annoying.
Yeah, why would anybody want to listen to me?
You know what? I think I'm just gonna make this out of the circle tool, or whatever it's called, tool.
Yeah, it's just it's like the shape. It's a
Yeah.
oval tool.
No! I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I'm just gonna turn this on so I can see better. I love like the fat bottoms here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to call it. But I love it.
We'll call it a fat bottom. That works.
Yeah. Let's put this in this group. I really love Illustrator. It's, I don't know, my favorite thing in the world. I don't know about you as a designer, illustrator, etc., but like, do you ever dream about like designing? Like, do you ever have dreams of like where you're designing something and like you wake up, you're like, oh, okay, that's how I'm going to problem solve this?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I
definitely don't do that.
I think because I do a lot of character art, so my thoughts are usually within like world building or thinking of characters or stories. So it's less. I don't often have dreams of like using tools or anything like that. Like it wouldn't be on a like right. Like I don't know. It's a good question. Like it's funny. I don't think I've really had like a lot of dreams where I'm like painting or anything.
Yeah.
It's usually some kind of madness that's happening inside my head. But I it would make sense, you know, you spend a lot of time on this, that it would be something that your brain is like starting to work out, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of
it's not always like work. Sometimes it's just like personal projects. I do hate when it's work because I'm like, I'm sleeping. I shouldn't be thinking about this. Like, yeah, like, excuse me, these are not office hours. But you know, that's my own fault. I'm thinking for women, I might just like change the edges to like straight ones like this.
Kind of separate it from the strong.
Yeah, like make it like, yeah, because the strong has those round edges, which I really love, but maybe this can be a little different now that I'm like working it out. Or like maybe a mix between the two, because I don't know how this is gonna look.
Yeah, I think I like it where it's the edges are cut off.
Yeah. Cool. So like this is my process basically. Like just this might look nice. I mean, there are so many times where I just made a mistake. I'm like, oh my god, I deleted the wrong thing, and then it was like, oh well, that actually looks really good, so I'm just gonna leave it deleted and figure that out as I go.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I dream about design and illustration and lettering, like, and it's not all the time, but it's often enough that like I've definitely noticed it.
Yeah, you're just like,
this is interesting.
Have you solved any major issues? Well, yeah, that's awesome.
I've woken up in the middle of the night, like rushed out to get like a pen and paper to write it down because I'm like, oh my god, I figured it out. That's always cool. Yeah. It's like, I think there's an episode of Seinfeld like that, where like he keeps
I feel like there's an episode of Seinfeld for everything.
Or like, yeah, he keeps a notepad by his bed and like he wakes up in the middle of the night with his jokes, but they're like nonsense in the morning. It's like, what are they talking about?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, there is.
I think that's most of my ideas and my dreams. I'm like, oh my god, if I just wrote this down, and then you write them down, you're like, doesn't hold a lot of weight.
No, yeah. This isn't gonna work.
Yeah, much cooler in my dream.
Yeah. Does anyone in the chat ever dream about design? And not in like, I dream of being a designer, because you could do. If you're watching this, you're probably a designer already. But like, you actually dream about designing in like while you're asleep.
There's definitely people out there.
Yeah, I can't be the only one.
No.
Imagine. That's scary if you found out you were the only one, or like, no, I don't want that.
You're the only one that does something.
No, like the only one that like dreams about design. That's like a little scary. Like, what's wrong with me?
I'm sure there's plenty of people. I mean,
we'll find out.
Let's see. We've already got people that are saying similar experience. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're not the only one.
God. What a horror that would be.
Yeah, Nor says, has anybody ever dreamt of dreaming?
Isn't that the plot of Inception?
Yeah, right.
I actually was thinking, like, now that I'm like a grown adult, I should watch it again, see if I actually get it this time, because I wasn't really paying attention when I was like 20 in the theaters.
You should watch Tenet.
What is that about?
It's another Christopher Nolan.
Oh, cool.
Film. Has Robert Pattinson and then Denzel Washington's son. I can't remember what his name is. It's pretty good. It's just like you basically go forward through time and then backwards through time, and then all of the things that were happening, like it's weird, like things that are they like cross paths with people that are traveling back through time. And like, so things are moving backwards while they're moving forwards, and it's
like
brain scramble.
What's that one? I'm not thinking about The Land Before Time, but that keeps popping up into my head.
Oh, it's a Never Ending Story?
No, I'm gonna say it and you're gonna be like, are you serious? You can't remember that? Oh my god. With it's gonna come to me. Forget it. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then sound really dumb.
Yeah, we'll come up with it.
Yeah.
Wait, what spoilers?
Spoilers? Didn't the movie came out like 15 years ago?
Yeah, there's no such thing for spoilers if it came out 5-10 years ago. Tenet's old too. Sorry guys, there's only so much you can do. Like, you can't talk about movies ever.
Yeah.
And I don't think I spoiled anything. It's just obviously something's moving through time if they're traveling backwards.
Yeah. Yes.
Digital tricks.
I think I'm going to turn this into an eye. I don't know why. I just like an eyeball, not the letter I. I just like the idea of it. Whoops.
It is 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys are just joining us, we are with Jess Goldsmith coming out of Brooklyn.
Woohoo.
It's more like lunchtime where she is. But yeah, we're doing an honor of Women's History Month. Doing some lettering today. This is day 2. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, why don't you guys come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live, where you guys can chat with us live, ask any burning questions you have for Jess, make any kind of comments, and we'll hopefully be able to answer any of those. So please come on over and join us over here. The water is fine.
Especially in New York. We have the cleanest water in the country, I think. The cleanest drinking water. It's true. Sure? No, I'm sure.
It just doesn't add
I know.
up.
No, I know. That's the only thing that we have that's the cleanest here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city I live in is I think we have our own groundwater that we pull from.
Nice.
It's nice and hard. Calcium. Gotta use those filters.
It's good for your bones.
Yeah. Good for the bones inside my stomach.
Yeah. something about like the difference between these two that's really bothering me. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Let's see. Might be okay.
Someone was wondering if you could pull out and kind of show us what it's looking now with the strong.
Yes, let's get. So I'm gonna play around with like the overlapping and stuff here.
Right.
You know, layers, etc. Now that I'm looking at it together though, like, okay, audience, what do you guys think? Should I create the edges flat like women or keep strong with the round edges? It's going to take some adjusting, but I mean, that's what we're here for today, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because both look good and you don't necessarily have to have the same for each.
That's true. Well, let's leave it for
but
now.
Yeah, I think it will be curious. It depends on how you overlap them.
I can always change it afterwards. I feel like if I change it right now, it's kind of going to be hard to get it back or just tedious, but it's a lot easier to create the flat edges than to like redo the round ones.
I think everybody's saying keep it round.
Okay, keep it round. Cool. I like the way that this is sitting. So let's strategize what's going to go over what. I think the O has to go over the O and the N have to go on top. So
Viola says that I like the variation to show that women come in all shapes and forms.
Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. I'm just going to change this color. So, okay.
Just so you can see the.
Yeah. And I'm going to like just erase, like around all this. Or rather just. Okay. And turn it that color. I'm going to have to adjust. It's not perfect right now, but I just want to see like how it's how it'll look.
Are you going to interlock the S and the W again, or?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, I am. I'm going to have to adjust this. I'm going to have to bring the S down.
Because Mark had said, how about you just send the W to the back? But I know that's partly why not, is because it's going to have, it's going to be interlocking.
Wondering if I should do some interlocking here. That might be cool. Okay, let's.
Oh, with the.
Yeah,
like it's swooping through that.
Let's it's still going to be small, and I just lower the opacity a bit so I can kind of see through. I could do the shape builder tool on this, which would probably be the smartest way of going about it. Let's try that and see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Okay. So I want this above. And then immediately I'm going to change the color because otherwise I'm just going to lose where I am. So ignore the colors for right now. Oh, but this. Okay.
It is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh my God. Truly. This might just have, I don't want that to go behind, but maybe, you know what? Maybe it goes behind. Whoops.
You could overlap it and then drop it behind after it travels through the E, right? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Well,
or?
If it goes, I would love for it to like go through this loop, but just the way that this is curved, it's going to be a very awkward, not working situation because this whole thing basically won't fit through here. Also remembering that I think I want to turn this into an eyeball. Not 100% sure if I am yet, but yeah. So for right now, I'm not going to do anything with it. And
I think
if it's behind, it'll be okay. let's turn this to this color, and maybe this just gets deleted. But I think that's not too bad. I don't know that this, something about this E, like why is the E popping out?
Yeah, and I think right where that top of that right W as well, where the G hits, kind of, so that would be like a weird tangent.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, let's get rid of this for now. Yeah, it would either have to like overlap more or like just completely move away from
it. Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a great example of a tangent.
Yeah, so I think in this case, I forgot who asked the question before. I mean, you either need to move it away or bring it in closer for it to look consistent or look like it's supposed to be there, so it's not awkward.
Right.
In this case, what happened? Oh no.
Yeah, and I think that's working now, because since you're putting it behind, it's like you kind of do need to thicken that up.
Yeah.
So it's not creating a bunch of weird tangents at the bottom there. Yeah, that's.
And I think I'm just going to leave the M and the E above it and the N over here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's coming together. Pretty sweet. Oh, and this is like
that was Wade, our moderator. That's
hey Wade,
asking the hard questions.
Like Wade, no, I don't know. This could be a cool idea, but I don't know. It's like, is that a bit much?
It's like an arm going like this.
Yeah. Strong.
I like it though. Let's see.
Yeah.
Play with that.
Let's play.
That might be really cool. And that could be your eyeball.
Well, I wanted the eye in here because it's already the shape of an eye. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that end, but that's fine. That's cool. Okay. I'm going to, whoops, that's too big. And yes, I know that I can use the cutting tool. I just like using the eraser because I like making my life harder. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right. And then I'm excited. This is good. You know what? I'm learning a lot about myself today.
That's good. You should always be learning about yourself.
Yeah. Well, like about my design process, not myself as a human, but that's whatever.
They're intertwined. It's all connected.
It's true. I mean, that might be something that I need to work through though. Like a lot of myself as a human is like based on my work, and I'm like, we don't know how healthy that is. Okay, that feels nice. This feels like it feels right. I feel really good about this. I think there's something about the T that I need to fix. Or adjust, I should say. Okay, let's try something. Okay. So audience watching, is this horrific? I think it's kind of cool.
Well, you got to be careful though, because you want to keep it round.
Right, but I'm thinking like maybe it doesn't all have to be round, you know, like it just like what makes the most sense for this, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So there's still round over here. I'm going to change this also to fully flat, but I think it makes more visual sense and like feels better if it isn't all round. Why isn't this? What's happening here? Oh,
it's because it's the.
I forgot about it. Cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
But that's weird. So many problems. It's just part of it. It's definitely not a complaint. I love the problem solving aspect of design.
It's the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. And then like when you finally get it or like dream about it, it's just like so sweet. Chef's kiss. Let's connect these two.
So Bruce is wondering, he's like, do you not want the T scripted into the R? I think similar to the R, how it goes into the O.
No, I like it separate. I considered that when I was like making my sketch, and I don't know. I wanted to separate it. I don't know why. A lot of my choices are just, it feels right. Design and life. Okay. I don't want to lose this. This is a very cool part for me, but can it be moved down? That's wild. Not going to do that. Okay. Like, what if it's just hidden behind there? Does that make sense? Doesn't not.
Yeah,
It's a little,
yeah.
It's a little weird. I'm gonna bring it back, but I'll come back to this part. We'll figure that out. Just want to get rid of, where is this? There's like these tiny, no. There we go. Like, look, if you want to get like lines exact, you can go into preview, into outline instead of like the regular preview, just to get like more exact. But I would say really like if you're designing for like large scale print, that's where this is going to come in the most handy. Like if you're doing something small for digital, if like the line is like a tiny milli something off, it's not going to show.
Right.
And simplify. Yeah. Okay. Strong women. And I'm going to do it. I'm just doing it. You know why? Because I'm a strong woman and I can.
Just want to see what it looks like.
Yeah. I prefer the S like this. And
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been working professionally?
I want to say like 5 years, maybe somewhere between 4 and 5. It depends on like what you consider professional, you know?
I mean, yeah, people could say like, oh, what was your first paid job doing creative work? But I guess for me, it's usually like consistent, you know,
yeah,
work, or where you feel like, I guess a really good way of saying it is like supporting yourself.
Or like made the conscious decision, because
that too.
You know, I always was creative and I was always an artist, and, you know, then I leaned more into design. So it was always part of my life. But until I made the conscious decision to pretty much put away any other opportunity that wasn't surrounded around art and design, I didn't feel like I was allowed to call myself a professional artist, just because it was like, well, doing all these other things, which is totally fine. Like, you know, and that doesn't mean that you're not a professional artist if you're doing other things. I just didn't feel like I was able to give myself that permission to do it. So yeah, I think like 4 or 5 years, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I apologize to everyone that I'm going into the straight lines. Just, I don't know. It's just what I want to do.
This is where we're going now.
This is just what's happening. And this is also the very real process of like how I make things happen. So I guess it's a good look into.
Well, and this is part of that intuitive process
Yeah.
where you start to see how things look, and then you're like, okay, this is where the project's taking me.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it feels better. And I'm not getting rid of like all of the round parts, but there are parts that I'm just like, it feels, you know what, the word that we're harping on today is strong and women. And there's something about the roundness on some of the letters that doesn't feel strong. And I don't know how to explain that other than feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
No, totally. It's when we started doing the straight edges, I was like, oh, that'd look really good on strong, because it kind of reinforces strength, you know, like straight hard edges. So, and then, you know, the softness and the round shapes combined, I think it works.
Yeah, I think it's coming together. It's coming together. And it's not like completely, you know, the straight edge either. So straight edge.
Yeah, so straight edge. Yeah, Laura Staneva says, I really like this combo between rounded and rectangular shapes.
Thank you.
You know, and it can be a little nerve-wracking showing your process sometimes. You know,
I've never done this. I've literally never shown my process. I always show my finished work because, you know, duh, that's my portfolio. I think like maybe one time in my life I posted like a video of like a fast forward of me, a time lapse of me designing, but it's not, you know, it's not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Now, and you know, everybody's here to just learn and watch, and they're here to see the process. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't really do wrong. I mean, it's your process is your own. That's why you're on here. If everybody had the same process, we wouldn't have to have very many guests.
All right, we're doing this again.
Like, you guys ready for the same thing? Because I think there's so many different people out there, and I think the hard thing, like you were saying earlier with education, is that usually there's only a few different ways that you really teach things, and there's a lot of people out there that don't learn it that way, or it just doesn't make sense to them. So seeing a process like this, like yours, is like a little more unorthodox and kind of really intuitive, and you're kind of playing it out as you see it. For some people, they'd be like, oh man, that's how I want to design. Like, I don't want to have this like rule book or plan ahead of time. It's like they're seeing yours is like, okay, I can design this way. I can kind of do it a little more free, kind of do it as I see it. So it's good. I mean, it's good to see all these different ways of doing it.
Yeah, I do it. I wish I could like plan better. Like, you know, I can plan out projects and I'm like, okay, here's the brief, etc., all of that. But like, I usually just like dive right in. So many people are like, oh, here's like all of the thumbnails that I did. And I'm like, how did you do that? Because I just dive right in. And even if I'm like, okay, I'm going to provide 3 examples to a client, right? Like, I end up they're not fully finished products, but they're like very, very fleshed out designs, because like I get so into it and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. Oh, it's really giving me problems.
Let's see.
Whoops.
If you guys are just joining us, we are here day 2 with Jess Goldsmith from Brooklyn, letter artist, illustrator, doing a tribute to Women's History Month and strong women everywhere. If you guys are joining us on YouTube, please hop on over to behance.net/Adobe Live. Here we got the live chat going. You guys can ask any questions you want or just participate in the chat. And we're also doing the artist spotlight today. We're actually going to be doing that in about 35 minutes, just so you know. Cool. There's a tab at the top of the chat, it says artist spotlight. Click on that, fill out the form. You can nominate yourself or someone else that you know. But yeah, we can just spotlight the artist on here, give them some hype, check out their artwork. So please stick around for that. And Yeah, I'm excited to see where we end up with this project. I feel like I didn't even expect all these changes, and it's kind of cool.
I
Like,
didn't either.
like at first I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, like this is really cool." It's a much stronger piece now that you've done this.
I had no idea what I was doing. I was not expecting this. I was like, I'm just gonna go in, like, add some drop shadows, add some gradients, and now I'm like, ooh, we might not have time for any of that, but like, I don't know. That's also okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I could do it later, but it won't be live. But you guys can follow me on the gram and see the finished product.
There we go.
Yes.
Maybe you'll start live streaming on Behance.
Honestly, I was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't know. I need to like build up the courage.
Well, the cool thing is too, is like you can, you know, if you don't want to do it live at first, you can do videos. You know, you can always just record yourself on your computer. I feel like that's an easy way in for some people if they, you know, it's like, do I really want to do this live? Is this?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd always say you should record your session and then see if you would edit that or offer that to people.
Yeah.
It might be an easier in.
This is giving me more confidence to actually do things live, because why is this happening? Okay, I'll fix that later. It's
These aren't the gradients that I want.
This is not the gradients that I want. Because I'm always like, oh, okay, like I can post, I don't know, like my process or me doing my thing, and I'm like, no one wants to see that. And now I'm realizing like maybe people do want to see it.
Definitely. People want to see it.
So that's cool. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the gradient not doing what I want it to do. It looks kind of cool though. But okay, I'm just gonna like create a circle and create the gradient in that and then apply it.
I wonder if it's because some of the shapes aren't joined. And it's
I know I was thinking that it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Because that's what it looks like. It's getting all weird.
And probable, but I did select all of them. And I can't combine them. You know what I'm gonna do?
I was gonna say you could just take that end maybe and move it fully forward without it cut out.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. So like time's flying today. I guess it's because I'm not as new and nervous now.
It goes fast. Every time I do a guest spot, I'm like, I'm gonna get it finished, and I never. And I'm like, you guys are just gonna have to see the finished piece in a couple days.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, see, Bliss is saying that these are the moments that we want to see, even the ones where, you know, the gradient's not working. Like, how do you figure it out? Because this, you know, anybody that's on these, it's the same thing happens. You know? It's like how many times you run into something, you're like, I swear I've done this a million times, and it's
all the
not
time.
Working.
Oh my God, all the time. Like, what is going on? This is. But okay, I feel like this looks kind of cool. I really love using contrasting colors and colors that like wouldn't. I guess like now this is like more trending, but a while back, like you would never see like red and purple together. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty wild combinations these days. A lot of pastels and stuff. But...
I love it. Love it. It's my whole jam. All right. Things are not going exactly how I'd like them to, but you know what? That's life.
Bliss has got a good point. Going back to if you record and then post as like a live stream, is you could just play the recording and then you can actually just be live and chat, and you can actually pay attention to the chat and not be just, because sometimes it's hard. I've done the live stream by myself, and then trying to participate in chat and having a time limit, and it can be kind of tough, like trying to have a conversation with people, like looking at your chat box and trying to like finish the piece. So that could be a cool way too, is like you have it all recorded and you're just playing it, and then you kind of narrating the process while, you know, talking with the people in the chat. There's a bunch of different ways to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this again. Yeah, the intersecting pieces are giving me an issue. Like what is that? But I think it's starting to work a little better. I'm having like, this is acting weird and I can't tell why, because it's selected.
But it's
Yeah.
it's making it its own gradient shape, not connected to the.
But when you know, there, no, it's still acting weird. Okay, that's fine. I can fix that in Photoshop later and just like blend it.
Yeah.
Blend it by itself. Okay, let's create a new gradient here. Oh, I just love also like playing around with colors and like, let's look at some combos that like I typically wouldn't use. Like I'm very into like the purples and pinks and reds, more honestly, like some of the more feminine colors. And then I'll like, I don't know, this deep mustardy yellow is so off brand for me, but I kind of love it.
Mustard's a good color.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to use it in this because I'm not loving the green that it's creating. I'm having a weird issue with the gradients today, so I'm just going to go back and do this thing.
That works.
Yeah.
Gotta have to work around when things aren't working. You know, the weird, like I got to do a few extra steps, but I know it's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. And do I want to? Okay. Let's. Oh, did you see that? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Hold on. It fixed itself. Let me grab my dog. I'm so sorry. She's barking. I'll be back in like 4 seconds. 4 seconds.
All right, everybody. Again, if you are joining us on YouTube, come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live. We're here with Jess Goldsmith, running to go get her dog. She's coming back. We're doing day 2 of a lettering project for Women's History Month. For all the strong women out there, this one's for you. Woo!
Ooh, okay, I'm back. My
right.
Dog is sitting next to me.
Is it a big dog or a little dog?
No, she's tiny.
Oh, look at that little guy.
Look how cute you are.
Oh my God. What? We got to know the name. It's very important.
Oh, her name is Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
Yeah,
she is a pug, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I did to fix this gradient thing, but it worked and I'm happy.
Looks great. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to group these together now. And I know that I had this issue yesterday with creating like that 3D shadow and like how it was like weirdly interlocking, but not interlocking with each other because I created it all together. But I'm just going to try it again on here and maybe it'll come out differently. And I like using the blend tool for this, and I'm going to change everything to black. And blend, make. I already had like my blend stuff set up, and now I am also going to expand this. And I try to do that almost immediately because then my slow laptop will take forever, which is like so many shapes. Already
and it might be one of those things where if the 3D doesn't work, then maybe it's something more of like a drop shadow or something.
Yeah, actually I want to okay, let's see, let's bring this to the back. Oh, check her out. If it's more,
if it's like a combined shape.
That's cool.
Because I think before, when you had it as the 2 different colors, I think that's what was creating the problem. And now it feels like a block, like a cutout block, which is really cool.
That is cool. I'm proud of myself for this.
Ooh, I was going to say, and
great.
Now this is making it feel stronger. It's got some weight to it.
Yeah.
This has really changed the project.
I'm gonna get a background. Thank you. I'm gonna get a background color in here. It actually looks great on black, but I'm not gonna keep it that.
Yeah, obviously. Oh yeah,
it
looks.
Yeah, pink. This is too much pink, but maybe like a dark blue. I like it on the dark. Looks cool. Okay,
yeah, you almost lose the black on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna get like a light blue in there, or a lighter blue, cobalt, if you will.
It's a good color.
Yeah. So funny. These are like so not the usual colors of like the palettes that I use either. It's, if you like take a look at like my
That's
like
nice.
my website and whatever else, wherever else my work is, it's just usually not that. I think I kind of want this just white with a stroke, and maybe group this. I remember the day that I figured out how to use the blend tool. It changed everything. Truly.
I think there's a lot of excited people about blend tool.
Yeah. It's great. It's so good. Oh, look, this is coming together so well. I'm probably gonna end up like adding in, oh, what's this? Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm probably gonna end up, adding in like shadows and stuff to like give it more dimension. I don't think we're gonna have time for me to do that today. Actually, how much time do we have left of me designing?
So we've got about 25 minutes until the artist spotlight. We'll do that for about 5 minutes, and then there's usually like another 15-20 minutes after that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, there'd be about 15 to 20 minutes depending on how long we take at the spotlight.
I'm gonna start adding in some like highlight strokes. Just make it feel like a little juicy. That's how I like to refer to it. Oops.
The juicy highlights.
Also, like if I'm designing for a client, I do my best to keep everything on separate layers, but I'm not doing that today because there's no reason to.
Well, yeah, and there's there's gotta sacrifice a little bit of organization for speed in doing these things as well. So people are digging. It's kind of got like a retro 80s kind of vibe right now.
I'm so into
late
that.
70s, 80s.
I'm so inspired by nostalgia from different eras. Like that, those are like the top things that really inspire me. And like it could just be like very specific little parts of it. Like I'm not inspired by the 70s as a whole, but disco. So good. I have disco balls all around my apartment because I just love it. And my husband's like, are you gonna like fill a room with disco balls? I'm like, yes, 100%.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Light them up.
Also, I don't know if Ruby is picking up on the mic. She's snoring, and I apologize if that's coming through.
No, I can't.
Okay. It's very cute, so I'm actually sorry if it's not coming through.
I had a friend growing up who had a little black pug, and
so good.
Eventually, he got very old, and I still remember one night being at his house, and at a certain point his back legs stopped working because he had hip problems. And common. And so like I was getting like water or something in the middle of the night. I was staying the night, and I just hear this and like out of the shadows just like dragging his back legs. It's terrifying but also adorable, and you're just like, oh, poor guy.
She does this thing where like she stands in the corner just staring at us, and it's like, that meme that's like soon. So like, what are you gonna do to me? I want to
pugs. I don't think I've met a pug I didn't like.
No, they're really like, they're funny. Like they have really funny personalities, and they're not all the smartest dogs. I will say that. I will also say that I was not expecting Ruby to be as not stupid as she is. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. was like, oh, I thought I was getting a dumb dog.
Nope, you lucked out. Just a
Oops.
not so dumb dog.
Yeah. So you can probably see here like where the blend tool was stacked. Usually I'll I don't know, I'll do like duplicates of like 300 just to make it as smooth as possible. But again, for like the sake of time and the sake of my computer right now.
Right.
Yeah, when I'm on my desktop, I go crazy and it can handle it, but it's not super conducive for this one.
Is there a way to combine those in the end so that just to make it a shape? Or
It is, yeah. I already
it is a shape. Okay,
yeah.
you already did. Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Usually,
you would have done more and then made it into a shape, but just it would be a lot to process on this. Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure a lot of people do this, but like when I'm creating, like even when I'm, I don't know, creating letters, but creating highlights and creating shadows, I like to copy from the other one so it stays pretty much the same. Like this curve is all the same going to each one. I duplicated this one to bring it over here. I'm sure a lot of people do this. Just for people that don't, I wanted to share that. I find it makes it easier. It makes things, keeps things pretty tight.
Well, and just in design too, replicating shapes and rhythm is, our eyeballs like that.
Our eyeballs like that. And that's really,
It's all about making those eyeballs happy.
There we go. Why does that keep happening? Okay, well, I'll just duplicate it back. Well, sometimes like when I hit the Alt to double it over, it doesn't always take. I can't stop thinking about how you told me that you don't use hotkeys and you use.
Oh no, I use hotkeys. I just don't use the controller.
I know, but like I'm just imagining trying to like draw with one hand and like just. It's like, if you're driving and eating fast food at the same time, it's like not the best idea, No,
I'm so used to it that I don't even think about it. But yeah, completely. It's totally weird. they definitely don't suggest it.
You're not the first person to tell me that, but like because I just started using a drawing tablet, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely would. I think it's just because I haven't taken the time to create my own custom shortcuts on the
I hear that,
keypad, and but it's something I should do because it'd make it a lot easier, because then I could just be on the drawing pad.
But I'm sure your brain is now also used to, like, your brain, your muscle memory has already adapted to that. So it's like
exactly.
Yeah, it's similar. Like I'm designing on a trackpad right now, and it feels. I mean, look, my hand is gonna hurt later. But I probably also have the strongest right hand in Brooklyn. So if anybody is interested in a thumb war, what is it? If anyone's interested in a thumb war.
Wars. A squeezing contest.
Yeah. Squeezing contest.
Anybody need a firm handshake?
Exactly. I can offer you a firm handshake. Look how shiny and juicy it looks. Love it.
Very juicy. So now, are you going to do the same kind of treatment with the women, or are you going to do something similar?
Yeah, I am. I'm also, before I forget, I'm just gonna like add one of them. Add like one of them in here. I'm gonna do like little stars. I love adding these to my pieces. Where is pucker envelope?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, there we go. I love these, and they're just for me, like look how cute. Are you kidding me?
It's adorable.
Oh my God. Good for me. I love it.
One right
like,
there and one right here.
Yeah, I love sparkly. Anything sparkly is so fun. And oh no, we don't want that. Okay, I'll go back. Oh my goodness, something happened. Okay, it's fine.
Getting crazy with the sparkles.
It's fine.
Derailing our project.
Everything's fine.
Got too excited.
Oh no. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look to make it all shiny and juicy, and then later on I'm gonna add the shadows in between over here. But I mean, we'll see if we have time for it. If not, you can, I don't know, I'll probably post this piece, the final.
Yeah, definitely.
Once it's tightened up and all that.
Always waiting for the final reveal.
Yeah.
Especially after watching the whole process.
Yeah, very invested.
Yeah, exactly. Can't leave me hanging. It's like watching a movie and then not seeing the ending. Just I feel dirty. I feel like I've been used.
Ripped off.
It's not fair.
It's fun. It's a fun little curve.
Laura says, I looked away for 3 minutes and now it looks even more fabulous.
Thank you.
Loving the sparkling stars.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I can bring this back into Fresco and make those stars move. That's going to be fun.
See, folks, now we're talking.
See, I don't know if that gasp was sarcastic or not, but it's a very real gasp in my head.
No,
I'm
yes,
I'm so
that was
excited.
a very real, I forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, you could totally it's very simple to do. It's not.
It's so simple. I'm surprised because usually, when I try a new app or I try a new program, product, whatever, it does take some time to get used to. That the motion on that was so simple. It was astonishingly simple for me to figure out.
Yeah, it's so simple that I'm curious. And I want to go look at videos. What can you do with this thing? How far can you take this motion? Is it just motion, or is can you really tweak this thing out and make something crazy with it? It's really, it's a really cool tool. And I think nowadays with social media posting, whatever, having motion in your graphics is huge.
I mean, NFTs,
especially with, obviously NFTs, with advertisement, marketing, anything. It's companies want motion. They want motion in your graphics now. So I think the more you learn about it and the kind of more programs that kind of this that can provide easy ways to produce that is pretty awesome.
You can create GIFs in Photoshop. I haven't found that to be seamless or easy for me.
I've done it before and it's not, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's there's better ways to do it.
I think for me, Fresco is going to be my go-to for creating stuff like that, which is fun.
Yeah.
I wonder what the GIF capabilities are, because you can export it, I guess, as a video. You could probably export it as a GIF too, a transparent. Yeah, a transparent GIF. And that's so much
maybe
easier.
Somebody knows in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Wade knows.
Wade, tell us. Tell us, Wade.
We're about 10 minutes out from the artist spotlight, just so you know.
Cool.
Okay, so Laura's saying that in Fresco you can export both in GIF and MP4.
Nice. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. As I'm going through this, I'm realizing there are some inconsistencies with the letters, but I think they're more so things that I notice because like I didn't, you know, in real life, if I was creating that, even just for myself or for a client, I would be taking a lot more time to be like meticulous about the details. But again, like for the sake of time.
Yeah, you can't, you know, it's tough to make them perfect in this, the not even 4 hours that you get really. It's also like making me realize like, oh, this all takes so much longer than I actually think it does. Like sometimes I have no concept of time when I'm designing. I'm like, because I love it. I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I get to be paid to have fun, but I'm like, oh, this is also taking hours and hours and hours of my time and my life. You're always, I'm always doing that. I'm like, it's not going to take that long. And then I go and do it. I'm like, this is taking a lot longer than I thought.
But I also like, okay, yes, but I don't feel it in a negative way. It's like all of a sudden I look up and it's like, oh, it's like 5 hours later. How did that happen? And then my piece isn't finished, and it's not finished because like I'm not being efficient. It's just because like it really does take that long to create.
Totally. Yeah, I think I felt that way more when I didn't have kids. And now it's like there's like a ticking clock. Like I gotta get this done because I gotta take care of some little humans soon.
Yeah, that's definitely different.
Wade is hopping in here and saying you can create transparent GIFs. Kathleen Martin has had a few live streams for making stickers on Instagram. Cool. But he believes that might have been in Photoshop, but as far as making the stickers, but sounds like you can create the transparent GIFs in Fresco.
Cool. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I haven't made GIFs in a while.
This is the perfect time. I mean, you've got, and it's kind of not that like, this isn't like you don't care about this, but this is kind of like a fun one to experiment with.
Yeah. Maybe I'll turn this into a GIF. Cool.
Be pretty cool.
I don't know. It'll probably be posted. I'm not gonna have enough time to do all of that. Oops. While we're here.
People just got to stay tuned in. Got to follow your progress.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us the Instagram handle?
Oh, it's Chick of All Trade. I guess all Instagram handles are one word, but one word.
But and also your website is the same, chickofalltrade.com.
Yes.
And you have a Behance page as well, right?
I do.
Okay. So
it should also be
out as well.
Chick of All Trade. But if you're
right, and that's all linked up, right, with your other socials. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you're watching this live, or even if they're watching it recorded, my info should be there. I should save this, right? Just in case.
Yeah,
Just hit that command S.
Power outage or
Oops.
Are you on? Yeah. Wait. Are you on your laptop right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're semi good. Don't
yeah.
About that.
This is coming out really nice. Oh my God. You know what's crazy? Right after we got off the stream yesterday, I don't know what happened, but like my internet went down for like 15 minutes. And I was like, thank God it just waited.
Yeah. That's mini nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm. I do pretty well with like my personal hotspot in emergencies, but that's obviously like not ideal, especially for streaming. That's like not it. Why does it go? There we go. Look how cute. Oh my God.
I can already see them sparkling in the GIF.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do that. So like, does anyone know if you can resize things in Fresco? Like, instead of me just like moving it around, can I make it go like this?
There's got to be that, because that's what I was thinking. I was
like what the capability
there's got to be, like there's either a way of using multiple layers or having a growth. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, this is coming out nice. Something that I also have been doing a lot in my work is after I'm finished and I feel like really good about it, I take it into Photoshop and just add noise on top of it. I just love that grainy feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah, just really cool.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that a lot more with
Mhm.
work as well. It's funny because it's a very digital thing to do, but it makes it feel less
Yeah, it makes it
digital
feel
somehow.
like very real.
It's not so shiny and polished anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of adding that noise or that grainy filter or textures on top. So yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff you can do with Fresco with frames per second. There's onion skins, which is you can put
Like for
stuff on
fully
top of each other.
animating. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like it is kind of beefy if you want to get into it.
Nice. That's cool. It feels like there might be something missing from this, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Where's it feel?
I don't know, like, should I be adding something more to the background? I don't want to overwhelm it. And I've done that a lot because I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this and that, all these other things.
What if you put it landscape instead of portrait? Or if I don't know if that's bothering you, or
let's see, maybe I can just also like change the artboard to a square.
Right, or something. Yeah, something how it's sitting on the.
Let's do 8x8. So I usually don't like design for Instagram, but it is helpful. Like if you know, like what the final is going to be, and then obviously you want to post your work and show it off. So like resizing and reconfiguring for Instagram, Facebook, Behance, whatever completely. You're putting it on. Yeah, I actually think this helped a lot. You know what it is? I think I'm missing the grain, and that's bothering me. But I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's see what's going on with these. Like, what are you?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it might be deleting stuff off your.
It is? No.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm curious if it's connected to your other
I think
shapes.
it's connected to the black shadow.
Oh, I see. It's part of that blend. It did the blend on those. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Just bye. And it's fine that it's uneven. That's behind, and we're never going to see it. I don't know. I feel like pretty good about this. I'm afraid to export it and do anything right now. Like, what if? Okay. So I've also been really into the flare tool. I love that. I think it's insane. Like,
it's totally it's the one thing where like so they're crazy. Like don't use the lens flare. It's like always the thing with Photoshop is like you are not allowed to use the lens flare. I mean,
I love it.
I think it's more an illustrative thing where it's like it's kind of like a cheap tool that people would use back in the day for like, oh my God, you could do a lens flare,
Oh yeah.
When you first started doing digital. But if you're using it intentionally and it's kind of this like silly, awesome design tool.
I definitely wouldn't use it like I don't do photography stuff, but like if I did, I definitely wouldn't use it for that. But I just like in the back, and it just gives like that little highlight. It's not a perfect tool. Like if you zoom in, what are they? The strokes. Oh, see, this is freezing now. The strokes, they aren't blurred at all. And here, let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah. And they're not tapered either. So like if you're creating something larger, like it's just going to look like there's a bunch of low opacity lines going across your page.
Right.
But like from afar, it's pretty cool. I've been adding it in some of my like personal pieces, but also like background wise, definitely like don't want it on the forefront of anything.
Yeah, Wade's saying using it with a blend mode might be fun.
Oh yeah, true.
Ooh, it's like outline stroke.
Oh yeah, I was maybe I can move that. I was just gonna go for like more of a shadow.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but like And does anyone know how to pronounce this? This is a Gaussian blur.
I always forget how to say it.
I never have to say it because I'm always just alone. I'm always alone.
Yeah, if you never hear anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you at a stopping point? Because it is time for the artist spotlight.
Awesome. Okay.
Save that work.
I think it's saved.
Okay.
All right. Artist spotlight. Not this. Cool. Here we are.
All right. And today we are spotlighting artist Whitney Anderson.
Yes.
She's a freelance graphic designer. You can see her website there, wytand.co. And
very cool.
Her work is very awesome. Another graphic illustrator and letter artist.
I love the texture on this. I love the texture. I love, look at that. That's so good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's so good.
And see, this is kind of hitting that retro vibe, but we're going way back, right? I mean, this is like
Western.
That 50s. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I just love the, here, let's click through.
Yeah, let's click on a few of them.
Oh, Adobe Live, nice.
Yep, she's been on Adobe Live a few times.
Yeah.
So resident artist here. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I love this.
That's your blend tool.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a cool way to use it.
I love creating those, the stacked. I need to find out how, if she does.
Let's click on that one.
I need to find out. Oops. I don't know what I just did. I need to find out.
I think it went to a different window.
If she does this manually, or if she, it looks like it might be manual, or if she has like a stroke pen that has, because you can, they make those.
Yeah, you could create one, or you could find one, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I really like that.
But yeah, the love of how it's bending off. It's almost like a paper bend out. It's really cool with the cast shadow.
So good.
And then look, with that lettering, she's got that same, those little highlights that you're working on right now.
I really think like using the highlights makes everything pop so much more. This is so fun. I love it. And I love fried chicken. Just too. I really like her textures.
Really cool. Yeah, great textures, great color palettes.
Yeah. I'm loving this rope. I guess it's rope lettering.
Yeah.
I'm gonna DM her. Slide into the DMs. Yeehaw. Ruby's bagels. Ruby.
Oh, there you go.
She's a bagel babe. This is cute. And I love a good bagel. Oh, food typography. Now I'm just getting oh, what?
Oh, these are cool.
That's really cool.
These are really cool. Great idea.
Oh, the matches.
Yeah, click on a few of those. Let's check them out.
Oh, it's not here. Open image, a new tab. That's cool. It's all matches.
Match made in heaven.
I wonder if she lit it on fire, because I'd imagine that looks insane in a really good way.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. I've attempted tactile lettering like this, like once or twice. It is a lot harder than I thought, but so I know a lot of people have used like projectors, like they draw out everything and then they put the projector on it and whatever. I didn't do that, and
click on the Tuesday, the one in the upper left, and you can kind of, I think you can see a little bit of the pencil underneath. So that's like definitely like laying it out a little ahead of time, and that's such a cool effect.
Yeah. Oops. Let's go back here. Yeah, I really like her use of textures and the what's the style called? It's not retro. I mean, it is, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
And these are definitely, very much made for print or made to feel like print.
Yeah.
Like the
Love.
the off register of some of them, and really limited color palettes.
Yeah. Like, I want to stay
Like
at
that.
this motel
Really
now.
cool. Yeah, this is really cool.
Mid-century modern. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Can we go to our website?
Yeah, you can check it out real quick. Yeah.
Cool.
I think we got do another minute or so.
Oh, that's fun. Nice.
Cool.
Oh my God, congrats on the cover. It looks great. I know she's not here, but maybe she'll see it.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Went to the wrong one. I really, really want to do a magazine cover. So if there are any art directors for editorial out there, I actually just want to do, I want to do editorial in general. That's really like high up on my list for things that I want to do.
Just put it out there. Manifest those editorial jobs.
Yes.
Start making those personal projects into some editorial projects.
That's what's so hard to do also, right? Because when you think, oh, I can buy this. Okay, well, that's good to know. It's very cute. Sorry, I'm dealing with feelings. Please come back later. I like it. These are cute. Because like with editorial, really anything could be editorial. You just have to mock it up to put it in an article. That's right, my thought. Yeah.
No, I mean, the content's already there for you, which is awesome.
So good. I love this. My grandpa used to say this to me all the time. Make your own luck.
Make your own luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Ooh. These are really cool marbling pieces. I don't know if she marbled them herself and then turned them into graphics.
Yeah, it's hard to say. They're done so well that it's hard to say if these are photographs of prints or digital representations of prints.
They're too good. I really like this. And like similar to what we were talking about yesterday, I'm gonna attempt. Real. Yeah. Well, she's selling cards, so I think it is real.
Yeah. I was just, because you never know. People just, they'll sell the mock-up and then send you the print, But these are really pretty.
Yeah. But similar to what we were saying yesterday, I think I'm going to attempt to figure out how she did it, even though I know I assume that she used the blend tool, and like kind of make my own version with my own colors and dimension. Cause I just love this like vertical stacking, which we don't see that often with lettering. Right. I've seen it, but not as often as I would like.
Right.
More vertical stacking.
I love her logo. That's also really
beautiful.
Nice.
So talented. Oh, this is cute. Cool.
What else we got? Yeah, we got one or two more.
I just think it's so cute.
Yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
She's got some sparkles in there.
You gotta.
It's a little different. Yeah, it's a little different. But same idea.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, that was Whitney Anderson. You guys can check her out on Behance. Also her website, witand.co. Very talented freelance graphic designer. And now we are back with Jess Goldsmith from Brooklyn, letter artist, illustrator. We are doing Here's to Strong Women for Women's History Month, which is very cool. And we're getting real close.
We're getting really close. I think we're close to the
place.
Yeah.
And maybe the finish. Almost.
Well, there's like some details that I want to add. So, okay, we have like 15 minutes left?
Yeah, we'll probably start wrapping up in about 10, 12 minutes. And then so in about 15 minutes, we'll probably be fully wrapped. So.
Okay, so let's ask the audience if they want to watch me create the shadows on this, or if they want to watch me like ink over another sketch that I have in Fresco.
Okay.
Because I have a sketch available ready, but I don't have to do that like live.
Well, you could just start going on the shadow until you get an answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I locked
shadows.
this.
Everybody's like shadows.
Okay, cool.
They want to see this through.
Okay, I locked the layer with everything in it, and I'm just gonna go not exact, like I can fix it up after, but over, and let's bring the opacity down. So something like this took me a while to figure out. I'll show you guys in a second what I mean. Okay, so something like this, you see the shadow, and like, yeah, it could be a hard shadow, but if you want a lighter one, you know, these, when you use the blur tool, it's actually gets rasterized. It doesn't stretch, and it can go over the lines, and you have a lot less control over it. But if you use, the gradient tool, make one edge black, the other edge, honestly, you can make it the color of what you're playing with.
Right.
Or what you're trying to shadow. And then I just drag it like that. And now I have like this. I got to fix it in here, but I have a gradient that's like a lot more flexible. Is that the word? I don't know.
Yeah, just adjustable, you know.
Adjustable, yeah. And if I really wanted to get like a little crazy with it, I could, you know, here. Let's get crazy with it. Why not?
Let's do it.
So this. Whoops. Sometimes it's so hard to find the point of like where you can, there we go, where I can grab it.
Right.
So
get that
again,
curve going.
Like you got to fix it over here. It's a lot of adjusting, but it's so funny because like this is such a tiny little nothing, but it takes so long to get like that to that point. Again, if I was doing like large scale print, I would get like really nitty gritty with it. But I'm not, and just, you know, to show you guys what's up, I'm gonna keep it imperfect for right now.
Yeah, it's just these little details, right, that make the piece so cool.
Yeah, it'll make it pop a little more. I'm really excited to add the texture on top after, because like that gives me life, gives the piece life. It's great.
It's hard being patient for those things. It's like, like I want to see it.
Yeah. Realizing right now that I have no idea what faces I've been making this entire time while I'm designing. So, you know, I
feel like you've been pretty consistent. I don't think that.
We'll find out. Actually, I won't find out. I can't, like we said before, I can't.
You're like,
watch myself.
I'm not watching this. Yeah.
I'll watch other ones. I'll watch other people, watch some of my other friends, but not myself. That looks so nice. This I'll change like the secondary color to the purple here. And
it disappeared, I think.
Oh my God. See, you know, I love the idea of like the alt tool, but sometimes if you let go too soon, and then I've done it before where like I did it repeatedly and I basically had to go back. I wasn't paying attention. Like 2 hours of work of just
those are painful.
Basically doing nothing. Yeah. Like, oh, what'd you do with your time? Literally nothing.
Yeah. I did a bunch of things and then just deleted it.
Horrible. Oops. There we go.
Nice.
around that a bit. Bring that up. Maybe, yeah, just turn it.
This is the good stuff though.
Yeah. These are like really like the little things that change the whole piece in a good way.
Oh yeah, completely.
Oops. Yeah, this is hard to.
So basically, you're gonna do this to every place where there's overlapping, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's why I was asking if you guys wanted to see the sketch, because this is going to be a little tedious.
Nah, I mean, yeah, it takes a while, right? But it's cool to see these finishing touches and parts, like, because I feel like for the most part you've done most of the things that was going to take us to the finish. I mean, what else would you do beyond this? Or like, what else do you think you're going to add to this? You got the highlights, you got the shadows, you've got the blend mode, you know, the block.
Definitely. I'm going to add some texture. I don't know. Wait, something did disappear. What happened to my highlights? Okay, I'll have to redo them. It's fine.
Did you delete those?
I really hope.
Or is it on it? Or did you hide the layer?
Maybe I hid the layer by accident. I'm not even gonna look now. I'm just gonna make sure to fix it when I
This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna screenshot the image, and then you're gonna take that screenshot, can do an image trace.
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm if it had to be anything, I'm glad it's that. That was like the easiest part of the whole thing. Okay, I'm having an issue with this. Again, I'll fix it. Things like this, I can take it into Photoshop and just like blur it out. So I'm not
right. If that's where you're finishing up, yeah, it's easy to do that.
I'm not super worried about it.
Okay.
I'm really curious about what the heck happened to my highlights. Okay. Okay. Something that I do also is like bring the opacity on the last color down to 0. And like you know, keep it the same color as what you're putting it over. So because it still does show a tiny drop, but if it's the same color, it keeps it safe, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know with Illustrator, because I know with Photoshop you can also do a transparent on the other side of the gradient. It can just do a transparency. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
I see now. That is what you have.
Yes. Oops. Even if it's like, bring it down to 30. Yeah, it's just, I think for this one, it's the shape or the direction that the circle's going.
Right.
I love the freeform gradient. I don't think my computer is going to allow me to use it right now, but that is so much fun to use. That's like a really, really fun tool. You can create like awesome dimension. Yeah, love that one.
You'll have to use it next time.
Oh, I'll be back.
Be on the get on the desktop, do all the crazy stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. it's like these weird angles that I'm just not having a good time with.
So it's fun until now.
Well, it's like it gets so frustrating because like you know what you need it to do and you know that it's supposed to do a certain thing, but then it just doesn't do it and you're like, oh my god, please.
Yeah
Please. Maybe I can go a little heavier on this.
All right, well, we have got 5 minutes left before the end of this stream, so keep doing what you're doing, and a couple minutes we'll do a recap and all that good stuff. But
nice,
got a couple more minutes to finish up.
Awesome.
We'll put some strong thoughts out there for the highlights that might have lost.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, cool. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, let's play with the color. If I do this though, then I have to go back and change all of them.
You gotta do it. Yeah, totally.
So I think I'll keep it black for now, or like I don't know why this happens. Sometimes like my colors just don't show up. I don't really know what to do about that.
Yeah, that's the thing too with digital things and software and programs is sometimes it's just the program being weird. And it's hard to tell if it's your fault or if it's your program.
Or if it's the program,
Yeah.
Like I legitimately can't tell if this is like a user error or computer error.
Yeah. It's like if I usually run into things enough, I'm just gonna restart everything and just see what's going on.
For sure. I'll see him like noticing this little that extra notch over there. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I wonder, like, if I bring this down, will it blend out? I think, blends out a little better.
Yeah.
That's cool. Sometimes I like the idea of like creating the shadow by the T, but I don't know if I actually want it to be like two separate pieces rather than just like one.
Yeah, I feel like those parts with the outline almost shouldn't have the shadow, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
Wade was saying you can make a Lost poster for the highlights. Post it around various Discords and
oh my god. I just like I hope that it's
so cute.
Yeah. I hope that it really is just like lost in a layer that I shut off, but it's entirely possible that I deleted it by accident. And if that's the case, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
All right. Well, I think this might be a good stopping point here. It's got just a couple more minutes. So we're here with Jess Goldsmith. We just did a Here's to Strong Women for Women's History Month. Can you just give us a quick recap of day 1 and day 2 and just what we did here?
Yeah. So I started off with a sketch that looks nothing like this. And I started inking it in on Fresco. I used the really cool vector pen tool. So we spent pretty much yesterday's session tightening that up a bit, bringing it into, and then today we brought it into here. Change the composition is the same, but like change the shapes of the letters quite a bit. Got things looking the way that I felt they should. And we added the color and the sparkles and the text on the top and the bottom. And we did add highlights, but they are lost. So, wait. Oh no, they're lost. They are lost. So, but yeah, we had a good time. This was really fun.
Yeah, no, this has been awesome. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Part 2 with Jess Goldsmith. Check out our website, chickofalltrade.com. Also our Instagram handle. Yeah, thank you so much for coming, hanging out with us. It was great. I mean,
Thanks. Yeah.
this is a lot of fun. I always love seeing other things that especially that I'm not always used to doing or checking out. And I love being on this lettering live stream. So this
Awesome.
is really,
Thank you.
really cool. And guys, stick around for more Illustrator creative challenges with Andrew Hockrattle. This can be immediately followed by creating 3D illustrations and substance with Steph Ramplin. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. It was a big blast. And thank you, Jess. You were awesome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Stick around for next live stream.